Hello students, today we will discuss about pharmacodynamics. So what is pharmacodynamic? Pharmacodynamic is the study of action of drug on the body and their mechanism of action. Means we will study what the drug do to the body and how they do it. So there are some principles of drug action. First, principle of drug action means what the drug do, whether it will increase the activity, whether it will depress the activity or replace or may destroy the cell. So the principle of drug actions are like stimulation, depression, irritation, replacement and maybe cytotoxic effects. So what is stimulation? Stimulation is the drug will cause the increased activity in a specialized cell. For example, if we talk about adrenaline is a drug, it is an adrenergic drug which will act on heart via alpha and beta receptors and it will increase the heart rate. So it stimulates the heart cells. Next example is like pilocarpine. Pilocarpine will increase the salivary gland secretion, means it will act on the salivary gland cells and there will be enhancement of secretion of the salivary glands. So this action is stimulation, means increased activity of the specialized cell. Next action is depression. Like stimulation is increased activity and depression is decreased activity of specialized cell. For example, quinidine, that is an anti-malarial drug and also an anti-arrhythmic drug. It will act on heart cell and cause the decreased heart rates, means it depresses the cardiac cell. Next is barbiturate. Barbiturate also decreases the CNS cell, so it will cause the depression of CNS. Next action is irritation, means they cause irritation, means these actions are non-selective and they result in the inflammation, corrosion and necrosis of the cell. Next action is replacement. Replacement means these are the drugs which are like the natural metabolite or hormones or their congener which are used in the deficient state of that. For example, in case of Parkinsonism disease, there is decreased level of dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter which is responsible for the cognition function, and in Parkinsonism cognitive functions are decreased. So we will supplement the levodopa from outside in form of drug and it will act as a natural metabolite like dopamines. Next, for example, in case of diabetes, there is decreased level of the insulin, so we will give insulin from outside and it will act as a replacement of the natural insulin. Next is cytotoxic. Cytotoxic means cyto means cell and toxic means negative effect or toxicity to that cell. The cytotoxic effect occur by specifically destroying the infective organism or maybe in case of cancer cell. For example, penicillin. Penicillin is an antimicrobial drug and it will destroy the cells which are infected with the pathogen. And zidovudine, which is used in case of HIV, so it will also kill that cell that is infected with the pathogens. So now we will discuss about the mechanism of drug action. So how these drugs do their action. Mechanism of drug action are like non-receptor mediated and receptor mediated. So non-receptor mediated actions occur via physical action, by chemical interaction, and there are some other methods also. And receptor mediated action, the drug will bind to a specific receptor and then the drug will show its action. So now what we will mean by physical action? Physical action means it will depend on the physical property of that drug. For example, activated charcoal are used in case of poisoning. They act by its property, physical property like adsorption. Mannitol, it is an osmotic diuretic, it acts by osmosis. Next is demulcent. Demulcents are soothing agents which we used in case of pharyngitis and laryngitis because they coat the inflamed mucosa and there will be no irritation. Next is bulk laxative. Bulk laxative, they are used in case of constipation. These drugs will increase the mass of the stool. So this property depend on the physical action, means the mass, means the weight of that drug, how it will cause the bulk to that stool. Next are radioactivity, like iodine 131 is used as a radioactive isotopes. Next action is by chemical interaction. For example, antacids. Antacids are used in case of acidity, means antacids are alkaline in nature and they will neutralize the acidic pH of the stomach. Next are chelating agents. Chelating agents like British anti-lewisite, these are used in case of heavy metal poisoning like mercury, arsenic. So they will form a chelating compound that is insoluble and can be excreted out. So this depends on the chemical interaction of that drug. Next non-receptor mediated action is via enzymes. Some drugs act via enzymes. Either they inhibit that enzyme or they will increase its activity. For example, angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitor, that is ACE inhibitor, like captopril and enalapril. These drugs are used in treatment of hypertension and congestive heart failure. Next are aspirin. Aspirin, as we know that aspirin is used as an antiplatelet agent and in also in high amount in cases of headache. So they inhibit the enzyme cyclooxygenase. Next is acetazolamide. This is an carbonic anhydrase inhibitor and it is used in the treatment of glaucoma. We will discuss about these in the subsequent videos. Next, the non-receptor mediated action is through ion channels. Means the drug act via either opening of the ion channel or closing of the ion channel. For example, calcium channel blocker drugs. These drug block the calcium channel. For example, verapamil, that is used as an antiarrhythmic agent. Next, sodium channel blocker are like lignocaine, that is local anesthetic, and anti-epileptic drugs like phenytoin. Next is potassium channel opener like nicotindils. These act via through ion channels. Next are some acts through the transporters. For example, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. These drugs bind to the 5-HT transporters. They are used as antidepressant drugs. Means there are specific transporter to which they inhibit these drugs. Next are thiazide. Thiazide inhibit the sodium chloride symporter and it is a diuretic. Next is some drugs act through producing the antibody like vaccines like BCG, that is used in tuberculosis and polio vaccines. Some of the drug non-receptor mediated action are done by altering the metabolic processes. For example, sulfonamides. These drugs interact with the synthesis of the folic acid. They inhibit the dihydrofolate reductase enzyme and will interfere with the folic acid synthesis. So these were all about the non-receptor mediated action of the drug. Next is receptor mediated mechanism of action. So first of all, what is receptor? Receptors are the macromolecules or binding site that are located on the surface or inside the effector cells. Means these are macromolecules which are present either inside or on the surface of the effector cells. So these receptor will bind to the drug will bind to these receptor and there will be production of the cellular changes. For example, drug will bind to the receptor, then there will be formation of the drug receptor complex and a response will be formed. So how the drug bind? There are two things. First is affinity and then is intrinsic activity. So what is affinity? Affinity is the ability of a drug to get bound to that receptors. So all drugs, whether it is an agonist, antagonist, inverse agonist or partial agonist, all drugs shows affinity, means they are able to bind to that receptor. Next is intrinsic activity. Intrinsic activity is ability of drug to produce pharmacological effect after binding. Means when the drugs bind to the receptor, after that when it produces a pharmacological action, this is called as intrinsic activity. Intrinsic activity varies from -1 to +1. Means either they show the opposite effect or maybe they show the no effect and maybe positive effect. So first of all, there are some terms which we have to learn. For example, first is agonist. What are agonists? Agonists are the agent that bind to receptor and produce a positive response. Means the response which a endogenous hormone or peptide will cause. So agonists have affinity present and intrinsic activity is +1, means they produce a positive response. Next is antagonist. What are antagonists? These are the agent which prevent the action of agonist but does not have any effect of its own. Means the antagonist will bind to the receptor so that the agonist is not able to bind that receptor, but antagonist does not show any effect, means they do not produce any pharmacological action, means they block that receptor so that the agonist is unable to bind. So antagonist also have affinity but intrinsic activity, that is pharmacological action, is not present, so its intrinsic activity is 0. Next is inverse agonist. What are inverse agonists? These bind and produce the opposite effect of agonist. means they will bind to the same receptor where agonist bind, and they produce the opposite effect. Means if agonist is increasing any activity, then the inverse agonist will decrease that activity. So affinity is present but intrinsic activity is -1, means they are producing the opposite effect as of agonist. Next are partial agonist. Partial agonist, they activate the receptor, means they bind and they produce a submaximal effect, means their effect, they are also a type of agonist, but if agonist is present then they will show the negative effect, but if agonist is not there and antagonist is present, then they show a positive effect. So affinity is 0 and intrinsic activity varies from 0 to 1, means maybe they will bind that receptor. If agonist is present, then they will act an antagonist and antagonist bind to that side, so the effect will be 0. And when there is no an agonist, then they act as an agonist, so there will be response, and which will be +1. Thus intrinsic activity varies from 0 to 1. So in this video we discussed about the principles of drug action and mechanism of drug action. So in next video we will discuss about next receptor families, transducer mechanism, and synergism and antagonism. If you like the video, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.